We have been watching the video coming out of Gaza.
Officials at the United Nations reacting to the chaos that broke out at an aid distribution site in Gaza run by a U.S.-backed group on Tuesday.
And frankly, these these images are heartbreaking to say the least.
Thousands of desperate Palestinians rushed to receive food supplies. Crowds tore down some of the fencing and appeared to climb over barriers. Israeli troops fired warning shots into the air, and the U.S. contractors overseeing the site briefly withdrew. The aid distribution came up at a Tuesday State Department briefing.
The real story here, the story is that aid and food is moving into Gaza at a massive scale at this point, when you're looking at 8,000 food boxes.
The distribution site is run by the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation. Its aid plan has drawn criticism from the United Nations. The GHF acknowledged Tuesday's incident, but State Department spokesperson Tammy Bruce appeared to sidestep the issue.
I'm not going to address either gossip or complaints or people who knew or weren't included or would do it a different way or who's shooting at whom.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
I'm at one of dozens of marches and rallies taking place all across Israel to mark the 600 days of captivities for the remaining 58 hostages. 600 days ago, Hamas militants stormed through this very area where we are in southern Israel near the Gaza border, carrying out a massacre and also kidnapping more than 250 Israelis. And now we are seeing people continuing to demand that the Israeli government reach a deal with Hamas for the release of the remaining hostages, including one man, Omri Miran. And I'm here with Omri's wife, Lishai. Lishai, your husband has been gone for 600 days now.
Yeah.
What is your message on this day?
That we need to seal the deal. We need action, not just word. You know, for 600 days, I hear just words. Omri is not here, and there is 58 hostages over there. They need to be home. They need to finish this war, and we need to bring them back. And I really, really hope that Omri and all others know that we're doing everything that we can against Hamas, and to do everything that we can here in Israel and around the world to bring them back. The simple answer, when. So we can imagine what it means for our young daughters that really miss their father.
Hopefully their father comes home soon. And Lishai is one of so many families who are raising their voices today, calling for a deal, calling for the hostages to come home on this 600th day since Hamas's October 7th attack. Jeremy Diamond, CNN, along the border with Gaza. Chaotic scenes at a newly opened aid distribution site in southern Gaza. Thousands of Palestinians desperate for food overrunning this newly opened site, even prompting the withdrawal of the American security contractors who were manning this site. You can see in videos from the scene as crowds of Palestinians go over some of the barriers, break down the fences, all in a bid to grab some of the last remaining food parcels at this newly opened location. This marked the first full day of operations for the controversial Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, which is a U.S. and Israeli-approved aid mechanism for getting aid into Gaza in a way that Israeli authorities will accept. Its only existence is because Israeli authorities won't let aid into Gaza via the traditional humanitarian aid channels, accusing Hamas of stealing the aid. That's an allegation that Hamas denies, and also that these humanitarian aid agencies say simply doesn't check out with the reality on the ground. But nonetheless, this Gaza Humanitarian Foundation is beginning to ramp up. In fact, they say that they have control of this site once again, and they plan to resume operations at that very same site on Wednesday. But major questions still remain about their ability to actually alleviate what is a clear hunger crisis in the Gaza Strip. In fact, even after 1 week of Israel allowing limited quantities of aid into Gaza in order to alleviate some of the pressure before this new mechanism gets into place, we are seeing these scenes of chaos at this newly established site that show that hunger still grips so much of Gaza's population. In northern Gaza, the situation is even worse, as very few aid trucks have actually been able to make their way to the northern part of the Strip. The Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, their first 4 distribution sites will be in southern and in central Gaza. They claim that they will have 2 more sites in the northern part of the Strip within their first month of operations, but that remains to be seen. Jeremy Diamond, CNN, Jerusalem.